But anyways, enough about us. Let's talk about these two guys
You.
here.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
enough
we don't
about
talk
me.
about the audience. Yeah.
Blue team is represented, or excuse me, yellow buff is represented by color blue today, and phobia up top as color red. Colorblind mode, if you couldn't notice, not blurple. They are represented by
Honestly,
red.
I don't know what they were thinking with the whole purple thing. I kind of get it. Yeah, you don't want to do red because enemy stuff, the color is red. But maybe like green, I don't know. Like, it would have been a little better.
Yeah,
Oh, yellow. Yellow's a little bit too bright to the eyes. I mean,
blue,
I guess
blue,
the
and,
color.
blue and red is good. I think blue and red
Yeah,
is like
blue and red
water.
is good.
Historically, one of the two colors that always clash. Blue, water versus fire.
For neutral in POV, anyways, is
Yeah.
good enough. I mean, if you're a player POV, sure, purple works. I guess purple works. I guess. Not
Yes.
really. No.
Yet again, we see some more very early ward placements. Looks like yellow buff is going to be watching their red very closely, perhaps follow up with a red invade of their own. I don't know. They're pretty scattered to be doing some early game team fighting. It doesn't look like they're going to try anything too creative here, and neither will Phobia, as minions just spawned and everyone's kind of keeping to their own. Kennan's going back for a fourth pot from the looks of things. Perhaps, hopefully, give him an advantage against Olaf. I don't know. I don't really play Olaf. What's your take on his solo lane?
I think his Olaf solo lane is you don't want to trade with him. Like you're gonna melee auto attack. Very few champions can trade with him. He's very strong against melee champions. Although this Kennen pick though is definitely gonna give Olaf a run for his money. Kennen's range just got nerfed a little bit, but his animations are a lot more smoother according to the patch notes. So I won't pay a lot of attention to this bot lane. I think you should kind of work on the top lane, and you should work on a little bit on the bot lane because you're dead set on seeing like us on Facebook, land some pretty good stuns. Oh, Jan, look, already chunked off to half down bot.
It's that early
What
game
happened?
volley.
Yeah.
He might be
Early-
taking armor pen runes or something. I've seen Ash. I think Ash's volley early game scaling is a little bit over the top.
No, Ash is full AD right now in terms of runes right now. She has 68 attack damage.
You're right. Looks like we might see a level 2 gank up top with some cleavers thrown down on Olaf. Mundo making a very early aggression right now. There, down goes the exhaust and the cleaver. He's so slow right now. Are they going to be able to land this kill? No, you can't dive at that level. Wow, Olaf getting really lucky. Look at how fast he is when he's low on HP like that.
Ghost.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did pop his ghost. My mistake. Mid, let's keep a really close eye on this one. I feel like Xerath is going to get shut down pretty hard. That remains to be seen, though. Garlink has proven us wrong in the past with his Xerath play, although Kassadin, he's just, like I said, he's an Acidin. Nobody likes to lane against Kassadin. But overall, though, it looks we're dead even on farm from the looks of things. Not really a whole lot going on here. Mumu taking his time. Maybe he'll go for a bot lane gank after grabbing that red. Or perhaps a mid.
I think I have a little bit of latency issue. Can you hear me?
You're fine. Yep. You're good.
Okay, good.
Overall, though, things are very even. Looks like Kennan's a little bit behind on EXP up top. That could have been just because he was getting zoned early on, trying to bait for that gank. Look at this exchange between the mid lanes right now, landing that mage chain stun. That's going to put it on cooldown for this gank attempt from Amumu. Garland could be in really deep doo-doo right now. He's not aware of the positioning of the enemy jungle right now.
Oh, no, Amumu's going in for it right now.
He's so right now. If one bandage toss lands, it's over. Oh, but the flash, perfect time. A dive. Amumu's good. Oh, no! Amumu goes down, but a reasonable trade given the assist and the first blood. I don't
there's
think
no buffs on the map though now for blue team.
Yeah,
because Amumu just died with both buffs.
That's a very strong point. Is that no one was in range to snag those buffs from Amumu, given that he was slain by the tower, and that's actually a huge loss that is unseen. So obviously Amumu was not anticipating having to dive there. I would not have dove that if I were him. He flashed and tossed, and he just he couldn't have survived that play. But I think he just wants to kind of get this Kassadin out there so that he can start roaming around and maybe compensate for the kill lane the blue team has down bottom. Either way, though, that is going to put yellow buff a little bit ahead here, as they did grab the assist and the first blood. Although you can't forget that they did lose both their buffs now. No players have the blue team's buffs. Looks like Mundo's going to hand off blue to Xerath. Very strong choice, as he can farm for days and spam harass when he has this blue buff. And Kassadin is not going to be able to have his for another minute or so. Down bottom, let's take a look at farm. We have Ash with 27 versus Corky's 25, so they're dead even. Harass seems to be fairly even as well. Haven't really seen Dazzle use to great effect, as the red team is playing very passively right now, which is a strong choice given that, Tark basically exists to stun you and heal his ally.
Yes, absolutely. Although, if you think about late game in terms of this combo, you have a Cannon All versus a Moon All. That's going to be fun to watch. Lots of AoE going down, lots of stuns. I mean, I think Cassidy should focus less a little bit on like shutting down Xerath later on and just trying to silence the cannon as soon as possible. Like, he only silences one every few seconds. That silence target should be designated as cannon first, and then Xerath afterwards.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to see Phobia losing some CS down bottom here as they have been pushed into their tower. Although Corky doing a very fine job of compensating for that, is going to miss a couple. Meanwhile, Amumu pinging it for the mid lane. Perhaps he's trying to land another gank on Garlink. That would be a huge pick-me-up if they could take his blue for Kassadin. Also, Mundo seems to be closing in for bot for a gank. They are overextended. Is there going to be some sort of a response? They did spot it with the ward. Does he have exhaust up? They're going to get away just fine there. Nice ward placement from Tarek. Eagle Eye. Going to make sure he's not coming back for round 2. Very strong positioning from the blue team. And they're going to proceed to harass after wasting Mundo's time there.
Global goal difference now around 800 in favor of the blue team. This is a very high difference.
Looks like Xerath is caught in a really bad spot. He is going to get the stun off on Kassadin as he blinks over the wall and juking, but he's going to go down here. There's no way he could survive this. Mumu chasing him like that. Mundo needs to pull back right now because he might give up a kill if he's
Mundo
not
might
careful.
give up a kill right now, actually.
If he can get a toss,
die to this.
Kassadin does have the blue buff, so he can dive like
Meanwhile,
crazy.
Kennen kills Olaf up top.
Yeah, he's going to go down. I didn't catch the kill, but it looked like a very close exchange between Kennen and Olaf up top. However, not as important as that double kill we just saw mid lane. That's going to put Phobia way behind at this point.
Kassadin 1-0-2, 35 farm. That Kassadin is going to be able to start roaming and deal some lot of damage to Phobia Gaming, and they really need to be careful right now. Call me as soon as possible, get your wards up as soon as possible, and try and maybe counter gang the Kassadin and burst him down as soon as possible. I mean, anything as soon as possible. They need to take advantage of, they need to catch up right now, or else they're going to lose things.
Yeah, I don't know if I caught that bit about as soon as possible, but I definitely agree. Do note that Amumu is going to be able to grab the blue for himself, as Kassadin grabbed enemy blue from Xerath. So that's actually going to put them ahead as well. As you said earlier, that Mumu is very dependent on blue, and that's going to give him the curse. He's going to be able to put that to good use, hopefully bot lane. I would like to see him make something happen down there, using his smite to grab that blue. I don't know. You're right. Phobia is going to have to make something happen here quick, as they are 2,000 gold behind. So early in this match, it's actually very early to be so far behind, as they have given up, a considerable amount of unnecessary deaths.
2K goal. 2K global goal behind right now, and 8 minutes into the game, so it doesn't look very good right now for Phobia Gaming. But they do catch Mundo counter jungling Mumu right here though from yellow buff, and maybe Phobia Gaming might be giving up another kill here on the Mundo.
Oh man, we need to see a response from Xerath faster than that. Kennen needs to come down as well. Just gonna feed that Mundo kill right there. That could have been prevented a lot better on Phobia's part. They were aware of Amumu's positioning, or excuse me. Of Amumu's positioning, yet no response from the top or mid. Xerath was a little late to the party. He could actually snipe a little bit in there from the lane, but choosing to just let him go down there, and that's going to put them even further behind. This is turning out to be a bit of a stomp here, which is, I can't say we expected that one.
Oh, I think I actually expected Phobia Gaming to do a little bit better so far, but again, we're speaking a little bit too soon. But this Xerath pick against the Kassadin, though, Kassadin is going to be potent very soon. He's going to start roaming, but this Kassadin is building GP5. I guess he's trying to really place more emphasis on that roam and less on the kill power. He could have killed Garlink there if he built a little bit more AP. Just backing off after doing that initial harass, probably going to go in for a few rounds and then going back. Bot lane is pushed up very, very deep right now, and Olaf forced to go back multiple times by top, so maybe they're placing a little bit more bet on the Kennen. Who knows?
Yeah, perhaps Kennen did pick up that first blood up top. Not the official first blood, but, he's pretty much in a commanding lead in the lane, and he's behind 2 CS, but I think he's got this Olaf scared a little bit here. And we haven't seen intervention from any jungler in the past, for a while now. So it seems like Kennen has things under control, but will that be enough to carry his game out from the disadvantage that they're in right now? It's doubtful, but I would love to see it happen. The kill lane that we predicted down bot is not turning out to be very successful. Ashe has had her arrow for a while, and this is really Amumu's first legitimate attempt at a gank down here. He is trying to shroud something. It could work out in their favor. Taking a look at yellow buff's shroud, they're completely unaware of his positioning. Meanwhile, Mundo's heading up top for a gank on Olaf. Here comes... Where's this Amumu? Yeah, he's still unseen. Gonna probably pull off a successful shroud initiate here. Meanwhile, the gank negated up top due to ward placement on Olaf's part. And here we go. They just got sight of Amumu. That was a little... I don't know if he knew that was gonna... That could have been handled a little bit better, but yeah.
A little bit of time wasted over there by Amumu.
For sure.
Because he did get spotted by that ward. It's kind of rather unfortunate.
Yeah. The kill lane, as I said, not happening down here. We haven't seen, I don't think, a single Ashe arrow. Ashe arrow combined with Taric stun, depending on the range, can be one hell of a stun lock, but because you have to have that range from Ashe, it kind of takes away from the overall DPS. You need to have a Amumu there as well. Yeah, I don't know. This is yet another passive game. It seems like Phobia is just kind of, they're a little bit... Oh, no! Just barely catching Garlink in the tip of that curse. That was a really nice play, actually.
Very good all by Janna right there, pushing Taric in the tower, forcing Taric to be hit by the tower a few times and backing off. And it looked like that no one's gonna die here. Oh man, I want more action. Give me more action.
Man.
Well,
it's so slow.
5 and 2 kills. I can't believe we're still demanding for more action. I mean,
Kassadin
in the 11 minutes in the game. There's 5 and 2 kills. I mean, this just means that people are playing careful and playing the game well. And there's nothing more we can demand from this. So very soon there's gonna be some dragon contests, and we're gonna get all the action that we want.
Yeah, Kassadin does need to do some roaming at this point. I feel he's one of those champs that he can kite people through the jungle all day, and he can blink in and out of walls. He's one of the best roamers, mid roamers in my opinion. In fact, he has to be like top 3 roamers. He's just so strong coming out of the jungle, and he hasn't really left his lane once. That could really seal the deal in terms of the early game advantage for yellow buff. But it's just not really happening for them. Both teams playing very passive. Up top, we see some heavy exchange between Kennen and Olaf, although neither player looking to go in for a kill there. Interesting placement from Xerath there, probably trying to flank a little bit on Kassadin. But, yeah, he's just trying to farm up a little bit. He's at 45 versus Kassadin 79. So Xerath heavily losing mid lane right now. After giving up 3 deaths at this point. He's got shut down so hard.
Man.
And the fact that Xerath is an early game champion, getting shut down early basically means you're worthless for the entire game.
I would say mid game. Early is a little bit too strong of a phrasing in my opinion. That he's definitely a mid game champion. He's going 3 Doran's rings.
Oh wow! Look at the escape there. Health pot saving Ashe from that Corki, like hesitating on the dive a little bit there. But his Valkyrie was down. That could have been a pretty tasteful kill there from Corki, but it didn't happen. Yet again, pretty passive play. Not going in for that dive. All kinds of pings going down from both teams. Looks like Amumu wants to hand out blue to Kassadin, and Kassadin would be making a mistake to not start roaming.
Because the arrow down mid, though. Watch maybe you hit Xerath. Oh, his Xerath!
Yeah.
He's gonna go down from this. There's no way he can survive that. Wow, stunned for days, and that's the 4th death from Xerath to Kassadin.
Can't say I didn't expect that one. Looks like Amumu's just gonna grab that blue buff for himself, because they just grabbed the blue from Xerath. That was a huge blunder. And a nice shot from the Ashe player as well. It's quite easy to do those cross-the-map shots if it's just, a straight shot down a mid lane like that. But combine that with the Kassadin's gap close, and that's extremely strong. I have to say, Pure Shield, this Kassadin's got to start making something happen. What do you think? Start roaming around?
He's making enough things happen middle. He doesn't really need to push it in that much, in my opinion. Like, he's doing his job. Ganking Kennen might not be the best idea, but Olaf could use a little bit of help if he wants to secure his advantage. But right now, farm about even top, farm in favor of blue down bottom. So really, for Kassadin right now, it's just a matter of stacking up as much as that the Tear of the God as humanly possible. I mean, I don't like his build. I actually don't like his build. I don't know why he's building this. Maybe I haven't played Kassadin in a long time. I always thought getting an RA early is good, but he's looking like, look at it, that's 3 GP5s right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Have you ever seen Kassadin with 3 GP5? I never seen that. Maybe someone else has.
It looks like he's going for a late game carry or something, like trying to boost up his farm as much as possible. That's why he's not roaming around. But the Tear of the God is certainly redundant, given that he's had blue buff most of the time, been able to take it from Xerath, and had kind of a babysit here from Amumu. There's no reason for him to grab that Tear, especially now if he's going to be roaming.
I would like to see a cap, like a RA cap kind of build. That's why
Yeah.
I usually like all my. I mean, RA is enough survivability, anyways. But you know what? Like, I don't play Kassadin. Maybe as a Kassadin player, he feel the need to do this, and this is what makes him successful. He's been successful so far, so there's not much to complain about him.
I mean, all his kills have basically been attributed to either Asher or Mumu. He needs to roam, and my opinion is, if you're a mid lane player, you're fed, and you're Kassadin of all champions. You have to roam, and there's no reason not to. His lane is pushed up. Look at this exchange up top between Kennen and Olaf. Looks like, wow, Kennen probably would have gone down there. Olaf going full and dive, going to be an even exchange. Both 300 gold awarded. That was kind of wonky upstairs. But yeah, as I said, look at how pushed his lane is. He's just trading with Xerath. He's not making anything happen. He's going back after having that buff up all this time. With these GP5 builds, the cages, I think you're right. He might be going for like a mid or late game carry instead of, trying to end it quick, which is okay. He's going down bot to reinforce this 3v1. Amumu actually survives that. Janna kind of helping him out there, and finally we're gonna see.
There we
Kassadin
go.
going for some kills. Look at how easily he can gap close with Flash and his ulti like that. He could actually have pursued even further and probably picked up a kill on Corki right there. I don't know. I feel that Kassadin is just one of those champs that's so harass-oriented and so aggressive by nature that if you're not playing to his skills, that he's not really worth the pick. And he's not a standard mid lane pick. And the reason he's so strong is because of his ganking abilities. But hey, you know what? Maybe Slushy knows something I don't. Maybe he's got some build under his sleeve after he sells his GP5.
No,
I don't know.
These guys are better than us. I mean, our team with Yellow Buff is a lot better than us. So whatever he does is right. Okay, it's right. It's right. Don't hate. I'm gonna build all GP5s and Kassadin next time I play them. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right,
And
GP5s
I
and
never played
Kassadin.
No to stuff. I seriously, I didn't know that. Maybe it really is something I didn't know. I always see people go ROA now mid right now, Callus and ROA. GP5, hey, that's great. You should
Sure.
be roaming with GP5s though. Don't you
I know.
think?
I mean, I've been saying it over. I sound like a broken record player, but hey, Yellow Buff has got this, under control. They've got a commanding lead right now. They're about 7k gold ahead. Probably going to be looking to pick up Dragon as soon as it comes up. And it's just a slow-paced game, but they're gradually, pulling way ahead. It won't be long until they start pushing towers. And I guess Kassadin didn't really need to roam, as they pretty much won every lane except for top. Kennen trading with Olaf for the most part. Speaking of top, though, look at Mundo coming in for a gank. He does have his exhaust up, I believe. Are we going to see that go down? Missing with a cleaver. And there's the ultimate from Kennen. Probably going to go full and dive there, Mundo. Maybe not.
No,
Letting
not
him get away.
diving.
Maybe a little bit
Interesting
paranoid
choice.
of this Kassadin. Finally, he's going to come up top here. They're pretty high on HP for him to,
Oh no,
reveal
Mundo!
himself right
Look
there.
at Mundo! Look at Mundo!
Yeah, Kassadin had to have
no.
caught sight of him. Just playing a little bit passive here. Doesn't want to give up a
Kas-
kill, given that he was on a spree.
Kassadin bugged his rift block there. You see
Oh,
it?
here we go. He's flashing it. Oh, man, look at the
Oh,
burst
what?
from that champion.
Where did Mundo go? Oh my goodness, where did he go?
Just got vaporized right there. I mean, now that I think about it, this Kassadin's a very careful player. And he's not making any mistakes. Sometimes Kassadins, they just get kind of crazy. They get kind of in over their head when they get fed early game and they start giving up unnecessary kills. He's playing it real safe and securing these kills in a really strong way. So, his build is unique. It's unique. I like it.
Again, I don't play Kassadin. Someone might play Kassadin. Someone can tell me that how Kassadin's played. But at the end of the day, though, he's making it work. That's all that counts. We're broken records now. We're broken records. Seriously.
503
Our-
now.
Yeah. Our records are pretty much broken. Did I mention our records are broken?
Yeah, I thought I heard that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Down
just
goes
a
the
little bit.
pink ward from Taric. Looks like Yellow Buff has complete control of vision so far. Taking a look at Phobia's just 3 wards here, 1 at River there. And Phobia with sight of Dragon and Tribush. Yeah, I'd say they're ahead on vision as well. I think overall, Phobia's just kind of getting outplayed here by Yellow Buff. I mean, Yellow Buff.
There was a little bit of a difference in terms of skill level from what I can tell in terms of like that elo queue. I usually don't like to judge about it, but maybe this one does play through. I mean, if you remember the first game between Legendary and Yellow Buff, Legendary had a huge advantage in the beginning, and they were probably 200 on average 200 elo behind Yellow Buff. So really, elo doesn't, that first game really proved elo doesn't matter. It's just about how you stay your head in the game. Although they did mess up and throw the game. But look at this game though. It's just this one. This is a game that proves that Elo doesn't make a difference in terms of like a range team. Unfortunately, fighting against the argument that we're trying to pitch, we are going to see a game from Cassidy though up top right now. They're going to probably demolish this cannon really fast.
Does Kennen have his ultimate up? Yes, he does. This could be a little bit dangerous if they get stunned in the tower. But now 3 men, that's going to secure this.
Oh,
no
he's
problem.
dead. He's dead. Oh my god.
Perhaps an excessive. Yeah, perhaps an excessive curse there.
Overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kassadin had that in the bag quite easily, but picking up blue buff, man, this Kassadin can't be stopped at this point. He's just very powerful. Perhaps he was anticipating, the steady map control and just kind of getting fed up a little bit, and that's the reason he went those early GP5s, because he wants to just secure his late game carry, and that looks to be exactly the case right now. They would be smart to start pushing down towers, which they are doing. Looks like actually Phobia is a little bit overextended here, but yellow buff doesn't really care. They're just going to group up and push mid. Maybe trading a tower down bot. I'm not really sure. Nope. Phobia's going to pull back there and try to defend our mid lane, which is probably the wise thing to do, as they would get pushed to inhib if they didn't. It looks like yellow buff kind of just playing it easy. When do you think it would be a good time to take a Baron with this team comp?
I think that maybe around 25 minutes we're going to see a Baron time. They're going to go back, farm a little bit more, get a few more items, then go to Baron. They're going to try and bait Phobia Gaming into actually countering their Baron, trying to deny them the Baron, and then they're going to turn around and go for a fight. That's probably the best strategy to lure a team out at this point. They have every single first tower pushed. They could push mid for a second tower, but again, though, with champions like Corki, champion like Xerath, Mundo, Kennen, you're running into a poke comp right there. Even with Janna Tornadoes, you're going to get whittled down if you fight them near a down tower. So the best way is to fight them in an open field, get as much spot as possible. Use Kassadin's assassination advantage, and pretty much take the fight into your hands with better positioning.
Mm-hmm. Either way, though, it is going to come down to that Kassadin assassination, as their comp pretty much is designed for that from the looks of things, although Amumu's ultimate really going to turn the tide of that team fight. Phobia doesn't really have anything to stop this. Xerath was shut down extremely hard. He's now at the point where he's not all too useful as a champion, and they're going to have to rely on Kennen and Corki for all of their damage. So that's just... This would be something I would even consider surrendering after the next team fight, because they just don't have it in them. Oh, Missy with an Ash Arrow right there. That was a bit of a mistake. Corki's going to be able to Valkyrie out of that, and looks like they... Oh, wow! The burst from Kassadin on Corsi, almost blazing him down right there. If they had landed that arrow, probably would have picked up 1 or 2 kills. Well, definitely one.
Team wipe.
Yeah.
If that arrow landed.
Yeah. It looks like they're just going to take it easy and push mid. This is a very slow game. This is probably the second one we've seen today, but systematically pushing like this is really the most secure way to secure a win.
It's good League of Legends at the end of the day, though. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Oh, yeah, I want to see big kills, big plays," but at the same time, though, what low risk, steady will down of a team is always, I like that style. I really like consistency. I really like just guaranteeing the win over and over again, not risk anything. Although I think you love to play big, play risky.
Oh yeah, I'm a very aggressive player. I like to make things happen. That's probably why I lose my life too many times in a match. Statistically, this slow systematic pushing, as I said, is gonna cause more wins than losses, especially if your team has experience playing together, as clearly Yellow Buff does. And they look to be one of the strongest teams going into our qualifiers, just judging by how they would compare to the last tournament. I think they would have ended up pretty high in our ranking.
I think they were. I think they lost to Maple County, and Maple County took 4th place. They were like 5th.
Oh, were they in the last tournament?
Yeah, they were. Phobia was in the last tournament.
They never made it to the main stage then. Huh.
Yeah, no, they were playing on the off stage, and they got taken out by Maple County, I believe. That's from what I remember. I could be wrong, but I'm very certain that they did get taken out by Maple County. Maple County fighting against A&E for the 3rd spot and the 3rd prize, and that resulted in A&E taking the 3rd place in the 2nd tournament. You can talk about A&E a lot. We should fill in friends of viewers here who have never been there for the first 2. Oh, speaking of which, there's going to be a pickup of Tarek here. Are we going to see a little bit kill
forcing
right here?
flash. Tarek's definitely going to die here. Maybe.
No.
He's out of... He's like, I'm going to suicide for you, Kassadin. Hope Kassadin goes back in. Looks like some disorganized play here from Yellow Buff.
This is miscommunication.
Yeah, Kassadin's going to be able to get away, but they're going to reinitiate here. There's the Ash Arrow. Turn this around. Kassadin's probably going to flash in over the wall. Kennen's just aimlessly chasing around. Kennen's like, I have to kill Kassadin, and that pretty much just cost his team the fight there. just chilling out. Meanwhile, Olaf and Ash, raked into kills, cleanup duty.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Janitor with
cleaned up
his
the
mop
entire
right there.
team. Yeah, the janitor with a mop. That's senior janitor with a mop, man.
That was
Senior core janitor with a mop, man.
yeah, that was very strange to watch as Tariq and Caston looked like a little bit of miscommunication, but they pulled out on top with that one obviously, and probably going to push down this tower up top. Kennon's not going to be able to stop this, or maybe they're just going to pull back. Yeah, it looks to be what they're doing. They don't want to take that tower.
Up, get Baron. I think this is time for Baron. It's 25 minutes. I see a Baron coming out. They're going to bait the team out for Baron, turn around, wipe him, and go for the Nexus. Or if they fail horribly, pretty much Phobia Gaming might get the turnaround at the next Baron. Who knows? No inhibs have gone down. Second towers are still up. Kills at the end of the day. I mean, I've seen a game played actually by Reboot Gaming where they were leading in kills and then they got destroyed afterwards. Yeah, I mean, this was Reboot too, known for taking advantage of their advantage, and it still happens. So again, League of Legends, anything can happen. They also made the game design very punishing if you decide to get wiped a few times if you don't take advantage of the advantage. You got to win big or go home.
Yeah, we are going to see an initiate here on Baron from Yellow Buff. Looks like Kassadin going to try to distract here a little bit. A very good choice, given how fed he is. He can deal so much damage. Looks like he's going to single-handedly keep Phobia away from contesting this Baron right now. I don't even know if they would have contested it were he DPSing Baron, but either way, that worked out very well for Yellow Buff, and this is probably going to be the game-winning push. I would like to see them push all the way through just a single lane right now, but they'll probably end up pushing top and bottom just to play it safe. Because obviously, like you just said, they don't want to be giving up some late game fights. Look at the burst on Janna from Kassadin. That's exactly what this champion is good for. He's very good at just blinking in and assassinating people. Here goes the curse, and all kinds of damage goes down. Kassadin's going to clean up from behind. Ignite's going down. Kennen ultimate. Double for Kassadin. A triple. Will we see a quadra? Will they feed him this quadra kill? There's that quadra kill. What happened to the last one? I didn't see that. Who got the first kill? I don't know. But that's what I'm talking about, man. Kassadin just moving in from behind right there. I thought that was going to be a penta. I got so excited. I stopped talking for a minute. But
yeah, I thought it was a penta too. I think someone died really early.
Yeah, I didn't actually see. There was so much going on. Probably just ravaged in Kennen's ultimate back there.
Yeah.
They're not going to push this? What are they doing? Going back to clear jungle. All right, I guess they're just going to play it safe. Not going to take a tower there. Kassadin's like, no. I got to put on a show. I'm going back. I'm going to pick up my Archangels.
Go for that second quadro or the first penta. They never had a penta kill yet in our tournament yet. So
nope.
We had a quadra from Apayu for the first tournament, right?
We had a couple quadras,
yeah. Yeah, we have a triple from a lot of triples last tournament. And this one is the first quadra, I believe, of this tournament. So congrats to Slushi, Mr. Iron with GP5s. Now upgrading those. He's selling those. He got Archangel. Wow, he's so 713 ability power. 713 ability power. How much ability power do you have in real life right now? Huh? Everyone check your ability power. Like scroll down on your HUD and go on stats. How much ability power you have? You do not have 713 ability power right now. All right, you're sitting in front of the computer. You don't have it.
Yeah, this Kassadin is very, very dangerous. He could just about flash in, take somebody's life, no problem at this point in the match. His GP5 build has totally worked out in his favor, actually. Now that it is late game, well, it's not even really late game. It's before the 30-minute mark, but he's so fed to the point where he, like you said, has 735 ability power. And you can't stop somebody like that. Somebody that knows how to play Kassadin and plays, very assassin-like. It's basically a GG. So I think that Phobia is just waiting for one last team fight. You're gonna pick up this dragon kill down here. Moon was looking to solo that guy, and it's probably gonna come down to one more team fight here. And maybe Yellow Buff will be like, all right, we're gonna try to get Kassadin a pentakill here because he's one of those champs that can pretty easily grab one, especially if he has Baron buff. That would be quite interesting to see here. Let's look like he's gonna
735 ability
see. Might try to global this Corki. Look at that damage! Oh my goodness! Even going in for a dive there. Taking 4-5 tower hits from that. But he just doesn't care, man. He's like, I want to global this Corki. How much MR does Corki have? Man, he just got he has a 44 MR. Wow. That was
someone with 700. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's the arrow on guard. Like, look at him get evaporated right there from Kassadin.
Where did No! Oh my god.
Olaf's strolling around in enemy base right now, waiting for Cassidy to blink over the wall for some help. Wow. Yellow buff really has this under control. There's the curse. Look at the burst on Corki again. Exhaust goes down on Cassidy. He doesn't even care. Watch him fountain dive this. No.
Yeah.
They're going to grab this inhib. Just play it safe, as they have been all game. Wow, I got to commend this Cassidy player. Slushy proved us wrong. I mean,
man, that's an MVP candidate right there.
You know what he was doing is focusing on farm. He didn't give up a single kill, and he just wanted to go for that late game team fight carry. And that's precisely what it did. It worked out very well in their favor, and that's a hard Cassidy carry, man. 10-0-7. Huge props.
Well played.
Huge prop to Yellow Buff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ban Cassidy. Ban Cassidy.
Yeah.